I've been using Daiichi hooks now for many, many years, and one of the reasons I use Daiichi, it says right on the package, they're the world's sharpest hooks. And the great thing about Daiichi is not only are they the world's sharpest hooks, but they've got hooks for just about any kind of lure that you want to use, about any kind of plastic you want to use, about any kind of live bait that you want to use, and you can still be assured that you've got the world's best hook. And now, as bass fishermen, we use lots and lots of different hooks depending on whether we're Texas rigging, Carolina rigging, drop shotting, or what Roland Martin calls down shotting, whatever we're doing. And we change hooks on crankbaits all the time. We do all kinds of different things with hooks. The hook is the most important thing you've got on the end of your line. You know, whether you've got bobber stoppers and sinkers and whatever color lure you have, you know, the hook is the most important thing. If you don't have a good hook, you've got a real good possibility of losing maybe the fish of a lifetime. The worm hooks, you know, we've got worm hooks in wide gaps, narrow gaps, all different kind of sizes. And all different kind of shapes. I like the wide gap hook. This is what I fish with most of the time when I'm fishing a plastic worm. The wide gap hook, and I like with the little bend so it'll hold the worm up there on it. Here's something else on hooks. And if you forget what kind of hooks Jimmy Houston uses, you can look and they put a nice little picture of Jimmy Houston on every package. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? That's amazing. Another thing I want to point out, I use a lot of red hooks. There's some reasons behind using red hooks. One reason is it simulates blood. It's a bleeding bait hook, and so it looks like that is injured. My granddaddy told me when I was probably 5 or 6 years old, he used a lot of red on every lure that he had. And one reason he used a lot of red, he said it looked like that lure was injured. He used fingernail polish to add red to the lure. It looked like it was bleeding, that it was injured, and he said that a fish will attack something it's injured because it's easier to catch. It made sense to me as a 5-year-old. It makes sense to me right now as a 35-year-old. So anyway, but the other thing that we've learned over the years is the 3 colors that fish can see best in most clear water applications, most shallow water applications, is blue, chartreuse, and red. So the red actually acts as an attractant to your lure. So if you've got a plastic worm on this, you're Texas rigging, you're using one of the drop shot hooks, whatever you're doing, you got a little red on there, that hook actually becomes a little bit of the attractant. The fish don't know it's a hook, so you know it's a little bit of the attractant of your lure. Even if you're fishing something like green pumpkin or solid black or whatever, the red hook becomes part of the attraction that fish can see, because he can see it better than any other color other than blue and chartreuse in most shallow water applications. So this again now is another reason to put red treble hooks on your crankbaits. If you don't want to change both crankbaits out, at least change one crankbait. Now remember, on crankbaits you catch a lot of fish on that end hook. That means on the end hook that they're almost didn't really want that bait. The fish that's really eating it, they're going to get the front hook most of the time. So if you're going to change one hook out instead of 2, change the front. My recommendation, change both of them. Red hook, again, makes that crankbait. You know, the most popular color in crankbaits is a foxy shad, or some companies call it a sexy shad. If you add a red hook to that foxy shad or sexy shad, you're going to have a much better color to attract those fish.